Hey guys, and welcome to the Lazy Lemon Creations podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me on Instagram as Lazy Lemon Creations, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lazy Lemon. This is my podcast all about the crafting things that I get into, such as knitting and crochet. Today is very heavy on the crochet with a little bit of knitting. I have my Starbucks here because it is very cold in Virginia. It was 27 degrees when I took the kids to school this morning, and I think the high is only supposed to get to 39 today. So coffee is needed. Get a beverage. If you're not a fan of coffee, get you some water. This is the new Chick-fil-A cup. It's the hard plastic. It's not styrofoam. That they're doing, and that's my water as well. I love it. It's got the little lemon, all the chicks are little lemons on it. So of course I had to get this cup. Why not? I love it. It's great. So, by the way, I live in the heart of the New River Valley with my husband and our 2 kids. The husband is at work. The 2 kids are in school, and I am freezing cold, but I've got my sweatshirt on and we're just going to dive in. So, I don't have any FOs to show you because I can't remember if I showed the ear warmer last time. It was a cream one. If I did, great. If I didn't, here's a picture of it so that it can remind you. But it's just a knitted ear warmer that I made for a friend. But this episode is going to be all about my whips, and like I said, it is very heavy on the crochet versus the knitting. So I'll show you the 2 little knitting things and then we'll move on. The first one that I have is in my happy little yarn bag. It is my orange knitted fabric. I love this. My Kindle is also in here because this is the bag that I keep near the door so that when I go to school drop off and pick up and I have to sit in line, I have this so that I can read and knit at the same time. And this, one second, is a Musselburgh hat, which it doesn't look like it on the needles right now because I am working on the decreases, getting ready to start working on the decreases, let me be clear. And this is so soft and cute. Anyway, this is knit on a ChiaoGoo size 2, which is a 2.75 needle, and the yarn is Baby Bee Sweet Delights in Baby's Blue, which is actually a perfect UNC Carolina Tar Heel blue. Like, it is spot on for the colors. And I am knitting, it's like a DK weight hat for this Musselburgh. And this is for my son. I need to start the decreases, but in order for me to start the decreases, I have to put in my stitch markers so that they're evenly spaced around the hat for the decreases. And I haven't done that yet, and I just keep knitting and knitting and knitting. And so hopefully by the time I get around again to my beginning of round, I will remember to put in my stitch markers so that I can start the decreases. And then I go back and I pick up this edge, and then I knit the rest of the hat and then do the decreases again because I don't like doing the increases with a 16-inch needle. So that is what I am making right now as my pickup drop-off project. My knitting that I have been doing, it does not have a lot of work on it. It's maybe 1.5 inches. And if I uncurl it and really pull, maybe 2 inches. But it does not have a lot of progress, and that's okay because it's not due anytime soon. Like I said, it's for my son, so it doesn't need to be finished. It's just what I've been working on as one of the knitting projects. The other knitting project that I have, I'm trying not to bump the camera, but you might get nudged, and I apologize, is also living in another happy little yarn bag. All my project bags are orange today, apparently, which is my favorite color, so it doesn't matter. But this is my pumpkin spice latte bag, which I don't like a pumpkin spice latte, but I love a chai latte, and I love a peppermint mocha, and I love just a black coffee, little bit of cream sometimes, maybe. I don't know. I'm simple. But this is a pair of socks. Let me find them down in here. Okay. I am completely tangled up, so I apologize about that in advance. But this sock that I am working on is some Knit Picks Felici. I am not sure of the colorway because there is no tag for the yarn itself. See what I mean? Like, it's all discombobulated. What is going on here? It is not as bad as I thought. I can clearly see where the hiccup is, but it has been living in this bag for a little too long. See, there it comes. All right. Work with me. No, it's not going to work with me. Okay. I am done with the cuff, and I am done with my 30 rows for my leg. So I am now ready for my heel, which will be in this stroll in the English lavender colorway. This is also from Knit Picks. It is their fingering weight. It's a 75-25, and I think it works great for this yarn. It doesn't match precisely, but it is a great contrast for it. And I actually found this project bag and the needles and the yarn all ready to go, completely set in our travel bag for when we go to the hospital with my son. And a few weeks ago we did have to make a trip, and so this project bag was there waiting for me, so that's what I started. I know, I think it was 2 episodes ago, on episode like 45, I want to say, that I said I was going to be casting on the Knit Picks Buddy colorway, and I have that. I'm looking at the bag right now, but I haven't casted it on, and so there is nothing to show for that. And it is still on my radar to cast on, but since this is already a work in progress, I want to get this WIP moving along eventually. There is no rush because it's all for me, so I'm not rushing myself, and I don't care. These are on a ChiaoGoo red lace 32-inch cable. It is a 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. They are, like I said, living in my happy little yarn bag over here and just being patient because I have not wanted to knit. I have wanted to crochet, and that is what I have been doing. So I don't think you have seen any of the crochet projects that I'm getting ready. I know that you haven't seen the crochet projects that I'm getting ready to show. And I'm very excited to talk about them. So the first one, it is this granny square. It's going to be a blanket. Right now it's just a square, but it is this granny square, and it is made with the Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarn, where the skein has 5 different colors and they're all different lengths so that it can make one equal granny square. And it makes like 10-12 granny squares in the actual skein itself. But I have a friend whose daughter is turning 6 in April, and she loves like a tie-dye effect, and she's very girly. So this blanket, in all of its discombobulated pink and blue and purple and white, is going to her as a birthday gift in April. I am crocheting this. It is just a simple granny stitch, but I am using a, where is my crochet hook? I had it here. Aha. For this one, I'm actually using a Clover Amour hook, which I typically don't use. Correction, I have never used because I had never tried them. Was gifted to this as a birthday gift, so I said I will try it. And so I am using this. It's an H. It's a 5 millimeter, which is like the size 8. I do not think that that is going to focus at all. No, it isn't. It's not going to focus on the size, but Clover Moore hook that I am working on that for that granny square blanket. It has been wonderful to work up for this friend, and it goes by very quickly because it is just a granny square in the round square shape. Okay, so then the next thing, I apologize, is a project that I had no business casting on. Don't know why I did it, except just for vibes. I felt like it, I wanted to, I did. So this next project is actually a blanket that is for nobody in particular and probably for myself. So here it comes. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so this is another granny square blanket. I don't know that the color representation is going to come up. It's looking very blue on camera. So I don't know to you what the color is. In person, it is a very, very good teal turquoise color. I can never tell the difference between teal and turquoise, and I probably should learn the difference between teal and turquoise. But it is very much a blue colorway, just not blue as the camera is giving it off. I'm alternating every 4 rounds with a new color, and what I am using, here we go, is this yarn from Walmart of all places. It is the Mainstays Anti-Pill acrylic yarn. This colorway is black, clearly. And then the other colorway, again, also Mainstays Anti-Pill acrylic yarn. But this says that it's green, but it is clearly not green. My cup is green. This is not green. This is definitely a seafoamy tealy blue colorway. But if they want to call it green, they can call it green, because I think it is creating the most beautiful granny square blanket that I have. I did just finish my round there, start and finish, so I'm going to have to weave in that end. But yes, this is what I've been working on in my free time with the kids being home for the past 2 weeks. So this has just been what I can work on in front of them and do at my leisure. That is also using a 5mm crochet hook. I've been jumping back and forth between using my Furls crochet hook that I have here, which is my metallic rainbowy one, and the Clover Moore, whichever one's just sitting beside me at that time of day when I decide to work on that blanket. So in the middle of working with all of those crochet blankets, which aren't living in project bags, by the way. Do I have project bags big enough to hold them? Yes. Yes, I do. They're behind me in my cube. But I just set it beside me on the couch and go to town, work on it. The kids know not to mess with my yarn. We don't currently have any pets. So I just set it to the other end of the couch, go to bed, wake up, and it's there. I wish I got to work on it from morning until night, but I don't. But I don't have a project bag for them. Could, don't. The last crochet project that I've been doing is a custom order. This is for a baby shower that is also in April. So this one I actually started on Saturday, and this has taken my focus. The other two have been set aside since then. This one has taken my focus because this does have a deadline that is more prominent than the birthday party that is also in April. So this, all of the ends are completely scattered because I need to weave them in at the very end because I need to make sure that the image is correct. But that is the wrong sideways side. There we go. This is a corner to corner blanket, And that right there, that little gray section right in the middle, is going to be the foot of an elephant. So this is my own pattern for a simple baby blanket with an elephant on the front of it. I will insert a picture here of the ones I have done previously. I've done blue, green, pink, a purple one, gray. I've done multiple different ones for this blanket before, but this one they specifically wanted a blue blanket with a gray elephant. So I said I can do that, not a problem. I went and picked up the yarn, which is I love this yarn in the colorway Royal. I don't know that it's actually going to show you there, but that is the blue, and the gray is called Gray Mist. So me and the client went to go pick up the yarn, and I am so happy with how this blanket is coming out. It is also using a 5mm crochet hook because that's what I like. It's what I stick with. I do have a 4 and I do have a 6. I stick with a 5. I don't crochet tiny and I don't knit big. So yeah, that's how I like to keep my projects separate. All right. Whew. That one was a little warm. Okay, that is all the WIPs that I have. It's a lot. It's 3 blankets in the process right now. It is a hat. It is a random pair of socks that I found in a bag. And then this past Monday in the mail, I got the best delivery. So let me show you. This is a future cast on, by the way, as in later today cast on. In my Mountain State Stitches bag, this is my Christmas bag that I have from her. Love it so much. Is my Freckled Whimsy Christmas Club Year 2 February colorway. I am getting ready to show it on camera, so if you have not received it yet and you don't want to see it, don't look, but I am going to show it. I get this on the Serendipity base, which is her 7525. This is called, ready? I'm getting ready to show it and say the name. Gingerbread Kisses and Christmas Wishes. There is her label, her Freckled Whimsy label, and there is the yarn. It is a 6-stripe repeat, and I cannot wait to wind this up. That's one of the reasons why I'm recording today, is because I sat down in order to get all the equipment out, my Swift and my ball winder, to cake this up, and decided that while I'm setting up the table, I might as well go ahead and record the episode. It has also been quite a few weeks since my last episode, just because of the second winter break that we got because of the weather and my son's health. So yeah, I decided now's the best time to go ahead and put an episode out, and I'm doing so. But this yarn will be caked up later today so that I can cast it on, because I am still doing well with knitting the Christmas socks in the month that I got them, considering this is only the 3rd month, being February, because I got December, January, and this is February. But we are already, today is the 12th, by the way. Today is February 12th. Oh, tomorrow's my anniversary. Tomorrow will be 13 years that me and my husband have been together, and this summer will be 10 years that we have been married. So Lord help us. But tomorrow is our anniversary. But anyway, it is the middle of the month. It is the middle of February. February has 28 days. We're at the middle of it. So in order for me to get those socks cast on and finished before the end of the month, I need to focus on that today. So I will. Then let's jump in to life. As I've already kind of mentioned, Virginia had 2 weeks of snowmageddon. We had so much snow and ice here on the East Coast that it was beautiful, but a little overwhelming. It was a lot. The kids enjoyed it. They also enjoyed their 2 weeks off of school. We had a couple of virtual days sprinkled in there, but my son's in kindergarten, and virtual days for kindergarten are hilarious. And then my daughter's in 3rd grade, and she already had snow day packets to work on, so hers was easy to comply with. But it was so funny to see my kindergartner just, he had to write his name and his alphabet and stuff like that, and he'd be like, is there anything else? He was so sassy. It was so cute. But yeah, they were off school for 2 weeks. They went back this Monday, and it was glorious. We had the hardest time waking up for school on Monday, but the routine has started again. We are trying to get back into everything normal as life goes on. But of course, this week is the first week that they're back to school, and everything else in the world has to happen with doctor's appointments and other travel that came up. So today's the first day that I have actually felt like I've been home. So yeah, life has been a little crazy. Our son did spend a few nights in the hospital at the end of January, and he is doing absolutely great. We just have to be really careful with his susceptibility to getting sick. Just with his leukemia, it could completely crash and tank his system, and that's not something we want. So we have to be super vigilant to make sure he stays as healthy as possible. But yeah, that's just us getting back in order for everything. And for reading and watching, I am in the last part of Assassin's Blade. So it is a book that is 5 like short stories that work inside the world of the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So I just started the 5th little novella in the Assassin's Blade combination of stories there. So then once I finish it, I will be done with Assassin's Blade, and then I get to move on to, I believe the next book is Queen of Shadows or Heir of Fire, whichever one is 3rd, because I'm reading Assassin's Blade 3rd. So I've read Throne of Glass, I've read Crown of Midnight, so whichever one's next. It's on my Kindle, I'll figure it out. And I have been enjoying that for my reading. And then from watching TV, I've taken a break from watching Supernatural. The 2 weeks with the kids being home really put a pause into that. And we have actually been enjoying catching up on YouTube with some of our like crafty people that we like to watch, but then also the kids have really been getting into the Among Us game, and they like watching recaps of some of the Among Us games, and that is hilarious to watch them try to play. And it's really cute to watch them be watching the reenactments on the screen and then trying to play those out. But anyway, I have been watching Lisa of 72 Stitches, Kayla of The Crazy Sock Lady, Kelsey from Passionate Goods, just a whole plethora of YouTubers, just podcasters, just catching up on what I've missed over the past couple of weeks. And that's about it. I've been enjoying the quiet of the kids being back to school. Today, with my husband being at work as well, has been top tier. I got to start laundry and dishes, and I got to sweep, and I've cleaned all of the bathrooms. And so all of that started before 10 o'clock this morning, and I felt wonderful. Now I'm going to get to go and sit and relax myself. So I can't wait for that. But that is all that I have. I hope that you guys are doing absolutely wonderful. We are like 267 subscribers, and I want to get to 300 subscribers. So definitely like and share the video so that we can get to 300 subscribers for the channel. And I will hopefully see you guys next week. because life is getting back to normal. So I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks.